So as you can see from the outside, every space is a growing area. You don't have to concentrate in the inside, even the outside should look beautiful. So as you can see, there is a papaya tree here. This is a small space that we found we could squeeze food. It's a mixture of flowers, plants, these shrubs and food. So wherever you find space, we squeeze in food. Even this mango tree also is outside.
Do your neighbors respect your mangoes?
They do, but the kids, of course, and these fruits which are outside, I've planted for people who are just passing. Let them have something. Maybe they can also realize that they can do one or two things to really. You don't have to struggle to get these fruits on the streets, and they are very expensive. Why not get the seed and then just plant? I started in 2018, bit by bit. Now I've got a lot of fruits. When we are in the fruit season, you just come out and eat. We rarely even think about lunch or supper, especially me, since I love fruits. I depend on fruits most of the time. Yeah. So this is zone 3.
And it's interesting because you have 1, 2, 3, almost 4 planting beds. Just planting with a mixture of fruit trees. You've got your chihuahua here, lemons, oranges, and then over here you've got container beds.
Yeah, so over here also I was looking at this space like I was just wasting the space because I want to do during the rain season, then I'll put sacks here. Maybe if it's potatoes, a lot of potato sacks. Now after the rainy season there will be nothing, it will just be bare. So I went again to YouTube. I found Indians also are doing like fruit trees in pots. So this is the new project, but it has worked. This one produces a lot of
When did you plant this one?
This one is about 3 years ago. Okay. That's when I planted this one. I normally get these plants from the nurseries where they do a better grafting, yes. So this one about 3 years ago, and it produces a lot of trees.
Okay.
A lot of fruits. Then these mango last year. This one is last year.
And so I'm wondering, when you come to something like this, how do you prepare this pot? Because this is huge, number one. But how do you make it so that the plant can, once a plant's in there, you can't move this. So how do you prepare it for planting?
If I choose a spot like this spot, you know this one is too huge, you cannot even take it away. Yes. So when I choose a spot like, okay, this is my spot for the plant, then I'll bring these pots. Initially, I started with these initially, but I've changed because they are heavy. Even carrying them from where they are produced along Munari Road to here, you have to book a van to bring it here. So now I'm using drums, like you've seen these drums.
Okay.
It's lighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's also recycling. Yes. And way cheaper, I'm assuming.
It's cheaper, yes. But because this now is 450. A drum is 450. Then you cut into 2. You get 2.
Okay. So then you prepare your drainage holes.
Yes, drainage holes. Then I put in some stones so that they can hold. Then I put in like what do you call that?
The stones are for what? Sorry.
On the wall you put.
Okay. So the water doesn't come out.
Small stones that you will hold.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
so
soil.
that they don't go and close where the wall is.
Okay.
So the water will seep on under the stones and then come out.
And still come out, and it won't get blocked and waterlogged.
Because plants in pots, they are not supposed to be submerged in water. They start rotting. So water should come out at some point. Yeah. So that's when now you start putting in water. At some point, we normally take out up to here, then you put in compost. Yeah.
So what's the ratio of your potting soil?
30%. Those stones with grit. You know the how do you call that? Number 10. Number 10. I'll show you.
So it's like sand, like river sand,
yes,
or
like
or
river
the slightly
sand,
bigger ones.
Yeah, 30, and then 30. The normal soil, like you dig from here. Then up here, I normally do like the compost.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this top layer is things that you've made yourself.
Yes,
from your chicken manure and your leaves and all of that.
Yes.
Okay, and what's the benefit of that particular potting soil mix?
The potting soil mix, like I said, like if you put the stones under, they will help you sieve the...
Okay, so you don't mix it all together?
No, I don't.
You just do different layers?
Layers, yes.
Okay.
Now the normal soil will hold the roots properly, so that they are guided properly. Then the compost, you are feeding the plant.
Oh, okay.
That's why I said most of the time I take out like a quarter, then you also put,
top it up with something fresh.
Yes.
Okay, no, that's fine. And I like the sweet potato
we just put, you know, we don't throw anything. So the other day we were eating sweet potato leaves. Then we put them back here. In readiness for the rain season, they will be harvested and we'll put them in the beds.
Okay, so this is almost like a nursery as well?
Yes.
Where you're growing your
Even
cuttings.
This, you know, the sisal. It's a nursery, you know, wherever I go, I pick things.
Oh,
so I came back with them, like in Northwestern, where I went, I picked these, and they were with me for 14 days, just wandering with them. So when I came back with them, they are just waiting to be planted.
Are these indigenous? You found these in the bush or in a nursery?
In the bush.
Oh, wow, okay.
People were like, oh, we are going to the waterfalls and all those things. Me, I was looking at this.
You're busy looking for plants.
Yes. So like I said, now I've migrated to drums. They are easier. So this is the second fish pond. When the fish was overloaded that side, we scooped some and brought them in here. So it's natural fish to hide. You have to be like, when we just keep quiet, there are no movements, there is nothing, then you'll see them.
Yeah, because I can't see anything. I can't see anything.
They run away from human beings.
They're hiding under the ground. And then, so from your lessons, because did you build all these raised beds at the same time?
No.
Or you built them in stages?
In stages. Like even when you're starting up a garden, you don't just wake up to say, I'm going to do everything. No, it's in stages. Just have one bed, enjoy it, prepare everything that you need. Once you harvest, you'll be motivated to do another bed. And you go on like that.
And it's also good that as you learn from your mistakes, you've got time to improve on your systems.
Yes.
Before you go on to the next level. So what lessons have you learned about building these raised beds for your plants and for your fish? What advice would you give us if we want to...
If I were to start again, like I've been telling everybody else, these zones that I'm talking about, I could have a zone just for vegetables where there are no trees, to like give them shade, because most of the vegetables, they do not grow under the shade. So I'll have one area dedicated just for vegetables. Then I'll have another area dedicated for fish pond. Another area now dedicated to be an orchard.
I see. Have you heard of syntropic agriculture or syntropic farming?
No.
It's a type where you basically plant a food forest.
Okay.
So it's this exact thing where you have your trees, you have your shrubs, you have your lower layer. Okay. The only thing that they do a bit different, that I would say, is that they focus on pruning your trees.
Okay.
And then you use that as your mulch. So that way your trees can still grow up to the level you want, to the shape you want, but it now allows enough light to come through the bottom. So I think that's the thing here, you know, you're having to choose between how much shade do you want, because your trees have lovely shade, and how much sunlight do you want. But yeah, I think what you said is also good. Having a distinct vegetable area is good, because even in terms of watering and care, it can also be really efficient.
I like your idea of pruning. This is why, yes, this is a guava tree, but look at the way it is. It's so huge. When they are cutting the trees, I normally feel like, oh, they are cutting one member of the family. But it's true. I think I should start pruning these trees. This is an Washington marvel. Look at the way it is.
Yeah.
Some people, they have them short like this. It will be easier for you to get even the fruits.
Yeah. No, it's a difficult decision, and also like some of these, like the guava was probably one of your first trees. You know, they're so loyal; they'll grow anywhere. It's hard not to get attached. How do they get water? Do they get watered separately?
The fish pond?
The trees, or they get their water from the fish pond?
Whenever they get water separately, because whenever he's watering, he just uses a hose pipe.
A hose pipe.
Yes.
And these fish ponds, do they have drainage? Like, how do you cycle the water? Or you don't need to do that?
No, these are natural fish. But there is a drainage hole here. In case in the rainy season they fill up, you can lose your fish here.
Oh.
So you open up here so that the water can come out. Some of the water can come out.
Oh, okay. All right. So you have to manage the water levels, but otherwise they don't get like, the water doesn't go stagnant or...
When it's stagnant, they even like it. Look at, like when I went to Kalimba farm, I was told that first you make your water dark. So we put in black soil. Before the fish came in, you put in black soil, the water becomes darker, that's when you put in the fish. But for those commercial ones, they need clear water. And the difference is that the commercial ones, each time you come next to the fish pond, they all come thinking now you're giving them food to eat. Like these broiler chickens. But for these, you never see them. And we don't feed them. They are finding food in there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We don't stress to say, oh, sometimes once in a while when you like, okay, you feel like, let me remember them. You buy bread and throw in there, then they will eat the bread. But they are eating.
So how often do you harvest your fish? Or how often do you pick a fish for supper?
For supper. It's difficult to catch them because they are natural. So
they are fit.
Yes. when we are like harvesting now, you just dedicate a day to say we are harvesting now. We use nets. The nets.
How big are they when they come out?
Tilapia, like the other pond, they are big, like this.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they are so big. So when you use a net, there will be those smaller ones, and all those you just pick out the bigger ones and then throw the
rest back.
Yes. It's also a day. You just dedicate a day to say, today it's harvest.
We're harvesting and cleaning fish.
Yes.
This is nice. And look at this beautiful pomegranate tree.
This one, on its own, so there are some trees that are coming up on their own, like you were eating through the... This is one of them.
Avocado.
Avocado, yeah. It started on its own. So I said, just leave it. This pomegranate also on its own, and it has going to be like this.
It's lovely, and it actually looks like you've been pruning it because it's now got the nice shape coming up.
Because it was
in the way.
In the way, so we're pruning it.
More and more fruit trees.
More and more fruit trees, even in
and container gardens.
Zone 3, and then this used to be a chicken house. Before I migrated them that side, so I renovated it to be
this beautiful structure used to be a chicken house.
Yes, it was a chicken house. In my videos, those chickens, if you see the chickens, they were here. So now I got rid of them.
Now you have a whole cottage.
Cottage, yes.
That you can rent out.
For self-sustaining, like you talked about food, there are certain foods that I cannot grow myself. I'm sourcing them outside where people are at least doing things like in an ethical way, like traditional way of doing things. Like if I want beans, I want cassava, I want rice, I normally source from the villages. Like Lundazi, I have contacts people like the sellers who will just put it on the bus.